How's it going? No? Gotcha.
Cool. I've been working on getting our control points leveled up for
Yeah, I
the cache.
I did the crafting stuff earlier. I was optimizing some stuff, so I crafted a whole bunch of extra optimization stuff to use highly
Automated
technical language.
external defibrillators detected on hostiles. Safe area entered.
You want a group?
I'm not currently grouped now.
Do you want to?
Oh, sure, yeah.
What are you currently running for settings? Like game map settings. Challenging?
Currently challenging
Okay.
with event and one directive.
Okay, I'm on hard with 3 directives. I'm gonna bump that up to challenging and get rid of the get rid of a couple of one of the directives.
Okay, I'll join on you.
Okay.
You are now group leader. An agent from your clan has joined your team.
I'm just currently going through my music catalog that I have saved on YouTube
Cool.
for when things don't quite line up and I lose my Amazon music. I have to rely on the YouTube.
Gotcha. Hey, everybody. Don't know if anyone's in yet. This is a little later than I would normally stream, but something came up from an appointment perspective.
Yeah, it
Uh,
turns out there was over 20 different songs that I tried looking up, which I couldn't find something, or it was copyright locked.
Gotcha.
Kind of upset.
So I'm running a determined headshot build. I've got 2 versions on me that I wanted to try out tonight.
Okay.
Um, Probably go run down towards the south of the map, just because they're true suns. They're a little easier. There's fewer helmeted personages.
Mm-hmm.
So Metro Ruins first, if that works for you.
Sure.
I think the weigh-in's at the other end. I think.
You mean the drop down?
Yeah,
No, it's on this end.
we got enemies to your right.
Okay.
Priority item detected.
Jared Nash is over here, or at least he was.
Yeah, he's still here.
Hostile control point identified.
Where'd he go? Or do you got him? Okay.
Wish you a successful hunt.
Got some weird roller skates on. There it is.
Gotcha.
I've got my True Patriot DPS tank going.
Okay.
So I'll just be a bullet sponge for you.
Experimental AEDs detected.
Nah, I really don't want your turd out. Got 2 more up on this side, 3 more. Make that 4. Back to 3.
Yeah, I got no shots at any of them. I'm moving up.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Got
Uh,
1.
nope. I'm gonna hold fast for a
1
second.
more coming in on your side.
I got 2 of them. Moving up.
CP captured. Good job.
You still res when dynamite blows off half your body?
Those are very powerful defibrillators.
Yeah. Some would say necromantic.
All right, I'm good to go when you are.
Okay.
Reinforcements incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Probably other side. Yep. Okay, 2, 3. Damn. Wish my face could take a dozen bullets like that. I was starting to wonder earlier if the shock actually was a crowd control or not, because there was this medic elite at MLK who I had shocked, and then she managed to climb down and vault over several barriers while it was showing that it was shocked. It's like, what in the hell is going on with this?
I'm liking this build.
Yeah, I bet you are. Who was it? It was either Skills or Tux was saying earlier in a video that this particular event was tailor-made for Determined.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're not wrong. That sounds like something Tux would say, because he's a sniper guy. He's that's his, yeah.
Civilians in
I mean,
danger.
I take my cues from him when it comes to sniping. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Angelo. Yes. So this is the build that I'm running. So, these are the two pieces that I run in just about all of my sniper builds. So the first piece is a punch drunk, headshot damage and weapon handling with a headshot damage mod. Everything's maxed out on this piece. And then I'm running chain killer, weapon handling, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. And again, everything's maxed out, and you've got the perfect headhunter. I'll leave that up there for a second. I'll let you guys read it as opposed to insulting you. And
Are you wanting to move east to the next one?
yes, please.
Okay.
And then the rest of the build is 4 pieces of hot shot. Everything is rolled to headshot damage and a headshot damage mod in the case of the backpack. What you get with that is, with 2 pieces, you get 30% marksman rifle damage, 30% weapon handling. With 3 pieces, you get 30% headshot damage. And then you've got headache. So this, you have to have a marksman rifle. And then the long and short of it is the last paragraph's the most important for this particular build. 4th headshot forward, you get all 3 bonuses, which is bonus armor and the... First headshot increases next headshot by 20%. Second consecutive with a marksman rifle gives you 10% bonus armor. If at full, up to a maximum of 50 bonus armor. And the third reloads. I've got 2 different marksman rifles here. The first one is one that I crafted earlier today. It's an M700 carbon replica with damage to targets out of cover and determined. And then I'm also running a white death with damage to targets out of cover and determined. Really, the only difference between them, the carbon doesn't hit quite as hard, but it's got a much larger magazine, so there's a little bit more room for error before you start getting into that cycle where you're the gun's reloading for you. It's got the short range, if you will, scope, so it doesn't zoom in. It is a headshot damage mod, but it's just the hollow sight, or the hollow sight with 3% headshot damage, whereas the white death is using the digital scope. So, and then my backup, if you want to call it that, is a D50 with determined and the big shield. So that's my get out of jail free if I get pushed. Traveling on you, Jedi. So this is build number 1 that I'm testing out tonight.
And that seems to be really effective.
It is if I don't rush my shots.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Control point secured. Well done.
Yeah,
I standing there taking my fire. He's like, "You better run." Why? I have 90 bullets for your sorry ass.
I'd love that AR with the with True Patriot.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely you can, Angelo. I was running it solo earlier with basically what you see here. Just
Good to
messing
go.
around with it. I was on hard with 3 directives, but I've run this all the way up to heroic with 4 directives. I'm good with fewer.
Firing.
Reinforcements en route.
The cool part about this is you do get bonus armor. So, and I'm going to show you another build that's even better. And oh, by the way, this character doesn't
Jeez.
have any watch levels applied. So this is my alt character. So I'm missing out on that extra little bit of headshot damage, crit chance, crit damage, accuracy and stability, and all the rest of that sort of stuff. And you can see the damage numbers that I'm racking with this. 33 million on that one. 34 on that one.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Opposite side Jedi. And Tracy, I don't think I answered you. I'm doing pretty good. I had a...
Okay, we got a whole mob out here on this side.
All right, coming to you. See if I can get them over the fence.
Should see multiple marked.
Detecting additional hostile attacks.
Okay, seems like we got a resource convoy out here or something.
Coming to you.
Supply room access unlocked. Incoming hostiles detected.
Elite convoy is my guess. Nope, that's a normal. That's strange. I must have saw at least 4 elites on that.
The cool part with Determined is
Usually you
once
don't
you
see
get
that
it
many on the
rolling, it just stays right on rolling. Hot Shot also allows you to miss, which some of the other build and it keeps the headshot damage procced, which some of the other builds do not. So I've got another one to show you in a little bit. That's really effective solo. It's meant more as a pistol build than anything else. It's the same chest and mask as this one, so it's the Punch Drunk and the Chain Killer. And then it's 4 pieces of Hunter's Fury all rolled to headshot damage, which sounds counterintuitive, but when you press in close, it gives you amplified damage. And if you use the D50 with Determined, it does a tremendous amount of damage. So that allows you to press in close. The backup on that build is actually an M870 with a pummel to pop headshots in close. And pummel's just there to reload the gun itself.
The Elmo's really nice. I like it a lot. I just wish they would make one a kind of variant for Sadist.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a TC on the way to the next one, so let's turn this one into a 4 and see how we make out with it.
Okay.
You've also, with this build, got the TAC 50, which does a lot of damage as well. I typically don't run that. I've just been using the carbon the whole way through this. But the TAC 50 is there if you need it.
hostiles guarding location nearby.
Engaging when you say so.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Access key detected.
The downside to this scope is it's a little harder to judge what are heads and what aren't when you're out at range, which is why I'm using the digital scope. And with that, you've also got the zoom capability as well. So it's nice to have. So I started to tell you guys this. This is actually not my main character. It's an alt that I just ran through Warlords. I have not applied any
Control
watch
right
levels on purpose. And that is a conscious choice to do that, so that if you throw this build together and you've got watch levels, it will outperform what I'm showing you right now. I'm going to go around to the right.
Okay. I'll be on your opposite side.
Okay.
I'm gonna go straight up for the gun nest.
Okay. Oh, I'm on the back side. Give me a sec. I'm just going to move up to midfield.
Alright. Yeah, they immediately moved to you. Again, this guy is shocked, and yet he's moving and covering and all kinds of crazy stuff.
It's a little harder on heroic to get determined rolling, but once it's rolling, it's fine.
Got one left in the middle. 2, 3.
Respawn.
Yep. Elite in a red back here.
No shot on either.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Need more reinforcements.
Let's see you run now. Shit!
Flashbang out of nowhere. Okay.
Clear.
EP captured. Good job.
Oh, good. Night and fog with the sniper build.
Mhm. I'll switch up to Heartbreaker so I can tag a few.
Awesome. I'm going to camp up here for now.
You using sharpshooter?
Yep.
Okay.
Want me to equip the drone so that they're pulsed for you?
It might help, but I don't think it'll help me. It's up to you. I don't need it.
All right, I'll stick with the revive hive. I'm good with when you are.
Firing. If this thing can go off.
Reinforcements incoming.
They don't want to fire off for me. Backside, south.
Vital signs critical. Reinforcement complete.
Aw, I get my hives getting me up.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
You thought you could hide, true son?
Back.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Back.
Take some of this shit!
Did anyone get hurt?
Hey, Cause, how you doing, bud?
Supply room access unlocked.
The only thing that got hurt was my ego. Trying to run back and forth. Damn chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah, for me it was getting dropped. I wasn't keeping an eye on my health. I'm doing good. Had a bunch of running around and stuff, but I'm actually on vacation, so it was all personal running around rather than work running around. There is an elite convoy just leaving the control point, the next one. So I'm going to fast travel to DZ East.
Okay. Yes, Lacey. Let's set up on the mezzanine here.
Okay. They should come out of this truck you just passed.
Yeah. I see him. As soon as they go around the corner there, I'll come around their backside. Manhole cover.
Incoming hostiles detected. Civilians in distress. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected.
Does it get any easier than that?
Nope.
Holy crap.
Shooting fish in a manhole cover.
Yeah, I was sure after they nerfed the German the first time, they were just going to leave it that way.
No, they put it back. Bless them.
Yeah. I'm still too far too shaky on a controller to really make use of it.
Yeah, that's where the keyboard and mouse is definitely the way to go.
Okay, remember we are on a rank 4.
Yes, I'm ready. Let me know when you're in position.
I just tilted.
An
Okay,
agent has
I'll
gone
wait.
offline.
Thanks. Talk about bad timing. My second crash today.
I had a spate of them earlier today. With me and Delta-ing, it's not the game, it's my connection to it. Because of the satellite internet, every time it resets to a different satellite, I get a Delta. I shouldn't say every time, but in a lot of cases. Gotcha, Cause. Yeah, I
wouldn't have any idea what the problem is for me because I'm landline fiber.
So, what is it, 502 Hero mouse. And instead of using a keyboard,
Probably if their server has a hiccup.
this is a Razer Tartarus Pro, so my hand sits on it like this while I'm playing.
An agent is back online.
And, whoops.
I'm loading back in.
So as long as I don't inadvertently press buttons, it's, yeah.
And looks like I'm still grouped, so I'm ready. Except I can't group my weapon. Wow. Out on the wing.
No shot at them.
Okay.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Back in the belly of the airplane.
Yep. I'm down behind the wing. Wow. Way to make a guy feel irrelevant.
Control point secured. Well
It's a
done.
pretty fun build once it starts to roll. The frustrating part is once you lose Determined or Chain Killer, it's painful to get it back on Heroic.
Yep.
Ready when you are.
Firing.
Reinforcements en route.
I expect incoming from the south.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
I don't see any from the south yet. Don't see anything over here at all. Maybe north? Oh. Nothing yet from the north. Aha! Coming in from the wreckage. And then the south. So very delayed.
Reinforcements in place. Heavily armored hostile detected.
And stuff.
Best way to keep your inventory low is to delete everything. I run multiple characters.
Supply room access unlocked.
Simply because I need the mules. I need the inventory space. My stash is almost full. My main character, I typically run somewhere handy 100 pieces on me when I'm going out on missions. This is a brand new character, and I just put 2 builds on it. So the inventory space that you see on my backpack, 18 slots are used up with, okay, so it's, I'll show you in just a sec. It's probably easier to show than explain. But the short answer is spreading it out amongst other characters is the only way I've found to keep the inventory space low. Yeah. So what I've got from a loadout perspective is this is all the original gray gear level 1 when I spawned the character in, because eventually this character will get deleted so that I can run another character through. And I put this back in and then either save or delete everything and then run it through. This is another headhunter build that I'm going to put on in a little bit. Slightly different configuration. The mask and the chest piece are identical to what you're seeing
From
currently.
the size of this thing, it looks to be roughly a Boeing 737.
It's supposed to be a 47, but if it's Air Force One, what is it, a VC-25A, I think is what the official designation is, but it's supposed to be 7.4, but it's...
Well, it's got the double decker above the front loading bay, so it would be a 47.
Yep. It doesn't hump down like it's supposed to, so the model's a little inaccurate.
Oh, quite a few things in this
Yeah.
game are inaccurate.
Where was I? So this build is the one I'm running right now. So it's running the sharpshooter specialization, punch drunk,
Down to the safe house.
Okay. I'm going to do the same. I'm actually going to run to the White House. It's a marksman
And on
rifle.
that note, I'm gonna use the restroom.
Cause? Roger that.
Be right back.
It's a carbon M700 carbon replica that I crafted this afternoon, actually, and then optimized. I rolled them until I got one with damage to targets out of cover. These were actually 80-90% rolls, and damage to targets out of cover was... I don't remember what that one was at. It was probably somewhere around the same. So these have all been optimized. And then I, excuse me, rolled on determined. So I wanted to run this because with this mod, it gives you 12 rounds plus you can reload one into the chamber. So you get 13 rounds. It just gives you a little bit more buffer while you're trying to get determined proc, especially when you're doing heroic. And then it's a hollow sight, which is 3% headshot damage, accuracy, and stability. With this build, it's not that crit chance and crit damage are irrelevant, but they're irrelevant because everything is all about your headshot stats. With this build, with this character, again, no watch levels apply, so I'm missing 10% headshot damage. I'm also missing 10% stability and 10% accuracy from my watch levels. I'm still at 259. With the White Death, I'm at 327. With the D50, I'm at 230. And with the signature weapon, the TAC 50, I'm at 330. So they all will proc the chest piece talent, or proc the maximum of it. So if you get your headshot damage over 150%, as it builds, it will build to a cap of 1,250%. So if you were watching some of the numbers scroll, I was hitting 34, 35 million headshots with body shots because Determined is taking care of that for me. So the interaction between Determined and Headhunter is still it's back like it was when they first launched it. So the rest of it is 4 pieces of hotshot. All of it rolled to headshot damage with headshot damage mods. And that's the build in a nutshell. The nice thing about hotshot is you get, with the first headshot or second consecutive headshot, you get additional headshot damage. Third, you get bonus armor, and then you get bonus armor for every bit after that to a maximum of 50%. And after your third headshot, the gun automatically reloads. So I was running this exclusively with a White Death for the longest time. But it does slightly more damage, but it's only got 5 rounds and it's a really long reload. So if you miss a couple shots and you have to reproc Determined and Chain Killer, it can be a pain. So the 700 is the better option, and it's craftable. So it's not a rare piece. The D50 took a little bit of farming to get the one I wanted, and it's still not exactly what I want. I would prefer damage to targets out of cover, but damaged armor is not bad. And then I rolled on Determined. The reason for the D50 is it is the highest base damage pistol in the game. So that's the reason that I'm using that. And you can see in some of the gameplay, I did use it as my get out of jail free. Pop the big shield, hide behind it, and just start popping headshots. But yeah, that's the build in a nutshell. And as far as inventory space, what I do after every mission, and that's the 700 tactical. I think that's a 4 slot. Yeah, so I'm going to hang on to that. I think the base damage... no, that's not what I meant to do. Base damage for this one is 376, and for this one, yeah, so it's the same base damage. So there's the perfect rifle, because you can change out the in-sync to Determined. So I'm actually going to save that one for another character. The rest of it, I'm just for the sake of the argument, I'm going to mark all of that as junk. I'm going to mark that one as junk. And then everything else that's in here is probably junk as well, although the Raleigh holster is probably not bad for a headshot build. I've got so much high-end, fully maxed out gear due to my watch level and how long I've been playing the game that this makes people's eyeballs twitch a little bit, that I'm not really looking too carefully. I am looking, but if I see something that's completely maxed out, I will pause and go back and look at it, but that's basically it. Similarly with these, I'm looking for golds and I'm looking for 3/4 rolls or better before I start really looking at it. So after it's all marked as junk, next step for me with a new character would be come down to the recalibration station, go to your recalibration library, and look for little green tick marks here. That means that something in your inventory, roger that, I'm blathering away to the stream, means that something that you've marked as junk or something that's in your inventory has a higher stat than what you've got in your library, and then I'll go in and extract the whatever it is. From there, I will come over here to the expertise tab. Again, I'm fully maxed out, so I don't do either of these steps any longer. But donate all junk.
Why, after 5 years of development on this game, they still haven't made armor on kill mods relevant?
I don't know. They should be relevant.
A maximum of not even 19,000 per kill. That's not even a drop in the bucket.
No, and it's viable early game, but certainly not at this level.
Yeah.
So after I've taken those 2 steps, so I've donated to my recalibration library, I've donated to expertise, then I come back in here
I think they must have handicapped themselves
all junk
with that particular mod in the code.
What did I miss?
Otherwise, it should have been fixed.
So as you can see, these only have 2, these have 3, for a grand total of 16 pieces that I'm carrying currently.
So after A small, what'd you want to do?
I'm going to try the other build, and I'm just going to reset the control points where we can do that run again.
Okay.
So that last build is actually quite easy to farm for and put together. The Punch Drunk and the Chain Killer seem to be at one of the vendors on a fairly regular basis, so they're definitely relatively easy to find.
Nice to see you, Agent.
There's nothing there right now. The other thing to always check is the countdown vendor, because the named stuff is often here. It's not right now. And then if your clan has a level 30, if you're in a level 30 clan, your vendor is maxed out. You can always check your clan vendor as well. Night Watcher's there right now, which is always a cool one.
I'm gonna switch into my backfire build.
Roger that.
Might be able to kill a little bit faster.
So this build is similar, except wrong one. Did I not copy this over? I did not. All right. Okay, so this one is, hang on, wrong piece in here. So same mask and same chest piece as the other build, but now I'm using Hunter's Fury with headshot damage rolled on. And again, these ones are all craftable if you've got the blueprint for it. I don't remember what season these came out in, but I played that season, so I have the ability to craft all these pieces. And that's all that I did. Both of these are all red builds. This one, I'm actually going to switch the class. No, I'm not, because one of the things that Hunter's Fury gives you, you've got shotgun and SMG damage, which I am going to take advantage of. I'm going to run an M870. You get armor on kill and health on kill at 20%, so it's actually double what you can get from the gunner specialization. If I go to gunner, it would up that to 30% armor on kill. Excuse me. But where this actually comes into force is I'm going to play this one at much closer range, because if I can get within 15 meters, I get an additional 20% amplified damage and you'll see the little red icon appear over top of them, and I can disorient. So this build is played primarily with a pistol behind the big shield. So it is sort of a run and gun build. This is actually what a very similar build to what a speedrunner would use for legendary speedruns. They're using, in that particular case, they're not going to use the D50. They're going to use the Regulus, which I think I've got one in the stash. I do not. The Regulus is it creates a 5 meter, when you headshot kill something, it creates a 5 meter explosion that does 400% weapon damage inside that. So that's the reason speedrunners use it, because if you can doorstop a group, pop one in the head, you're going to kill all the entire group basically. I'm just running the D50, but again, it's with determined. So these are both determined builds, because another content creator said earlier today, and I think it wasn't Rogue Gold. It might have been Rogue Gold, but determined and this global event were made for each other, because you can with a body shot, it counts as a headshot. So they're down and they're out. So in this case, I'm actually going to switch back to the carbon and resave. The M870, it was crafted, so again with the blueprint, and I needed one to drop with headshot damage, and then I rolled it to pummel. 3 consecutive kills, refills the magazine, and grants plus 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds. So with this one, you're trying to get headshots because you're going to one-tap them, but you don't have determined, so you actually have to aim headshots with every shot with this one. But if you can get 3 kills in a row, you don't have to worry about this really, really, really slow reload animation that you get on this. I'm running, again, the 700 carbon with determined, but a lot of what I'm going to be doing is running with the D50. And then relying on the armor on kill. I've got a revive hive and the big shield. And that's basically this build. Same specialization, a lot of the same components. It's just swapping out hot shot for, in this case, Hunter's Fury. So those are 2 different options for you. Hot shot's my favorite, but this is a very cool build to run. It's different. Traveling on you.
Are you wanting to push it to 4 or just go as is?
We'll go with as is, because I haven't played this build yet today.
Okay.
Hostile control point identified.
So I'm going to run the carbon to proc determine and chain killer.
I take it that's your handgun version?
Yep. Ready when you are.
Firing.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected.
Most likely west.
Yep.
Civilians in distress. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Far up
East side
and
now.
yep.
Stay right there.
This is it.
And I don't know if you saw that last number flash through, but that was a 21 million headshot off a pistol.
Civilians in danger. Supply room access unlocked.
Is there a resource convoy at the
Yeah,
west?
that's it.
Or east, rather, sorry.
East.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Not downstairs.
Nope, back here.
Incoming hostiles detected.
Do you happen to know the software that does volume normalizing?
I use my digital audio workstation.
So that would be a hardware.
No, it's software. The DAW that I use is called
Supply
Reaper.
convoy nearby.
It's a free download. You can evaluate it pretty much forever.
Nice.
There's even after the trial 60-day period, there's a 5-second nag screen that asks you to pay for it.
Just once?
No, it every time you launch it, it's about a 5-second nag screen, but
Right, that's what I meant.
yeah.
Every time you open it.
yeah, but it's fully functional. It's not crippled in any way, shape, or form.
I have to check that out.
I think you can do volume normalization with Audacity as well, but I'm a lot less familiar with that software.
I'm guessing the resource convoy came from that other CP. 'Cause it's already at 4.
Okay.
Stay in your bed.
Well, if you insist.
Stay warm. My 3-year-old puppy doesn't understand why she gets cold when she gets out of bed.
Agents in distress.
He usually learns really quick, but for some reason that particular lesson just hasn't come through yet.
Supply room access unlocked.
Fast traveling on you.
Heads up! EMP!
I think the back end is clear.
Serious trauma detected. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Control point secured. Well done.
That worked out all right.
Yeah.
This build's kind of boring to play with for you.
It's alright. I don't mind. I've been carrying people all day. I don't mind being carried.
Let me know when you're ammoed up.
I'm good.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
My turret!
We've got you now.
New target!
Stands right in my line of fire.
Supply room access unlocked.
Shouldn't be anything back here, but I'll go look anyway.
That was a tough with this. I want guards out.
Incoming hostiles detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
More fishing barrel.
That was almost like sitting in the drive-thru.
I don't know if we can get to it. There is a resource convoy up there.
No, it's already in the base.
Trying anyway.
Detected. Nearby location guarded by hostiles.
Nope, didn't make it. Icon is still there, unless that's leaving.
And Elite coming out.
Cool.
And they're going on the other side. We should fast travel up to the dark zone to catch that one.
We can catch it right here. It's just going to be very sporty.
Detected hostile supply convoy. Heavily armed.
I just ran through to the other side.
Try to support from behind.
Okay. They're down.
Incoming hostiles detected.
They're coming out of the base.
Detecting additional hostile contacts. Incoming hostiles detected.
captured. Good job.
Hey, Max. How's it going? Yes, this build is a little bit nuts. All right, I'm ready when you are.
Okay. 2, 1, firing.
Reinforcements incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Southeast. And northeast.
Be careful. We need backup.
West again.
We got a front down! Over here! Position.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
And don't forget that cloud heals you and corrodes them. Oop.
Hostiles guarding location nearby. Supply room access unlocked.
So if you like run and gun, this is definitely the build. If you like sitting back and sniping, the other build's the build. So for those of you that didn't see this all the way through, it's punch drunk with headshot damage and weapon handling, headshot damage mod. Chain killer, weapon handling and headshot damage with a headshot damage mod. Those don't change between the two builds. Then it's just 4 pieces of 2 different gear sets. One is Hunter's Fury rolled to headshot damage. And again, this is meant for running and gunning because you do get armor on kill and health on kill, so you can survive a little bit. Plus, with this global event, if you're running and gunning, you're constantly in those clouds, which also helps to heal you. And then you're also getting 20% amplified damage within 15 meters. And then when you kill the debuffed enemy, and this is something that I'm just adapting to, is you kill the first one, I go to aim for the headshot to the next one, and they're ducking because they're disoriented. So you have to aim low on the second kill if they're in rapid succession. The other build is running basically the same build, except it's 4 pieces of hot shot, which is designed for doing what we're doing here with the pistol, but with a marksman rifle, and it will reload the gun for you as well. So after this 4 different control points, I'll reset and try something different. But Determined and Chain Killer are built for this global event. If it's not that the build is irrelevant, but there's so many different ways you can put it together. You can do it without gear sets. You can run, Araldi and Providence and all the rest of that sort of stuff, and then Contractors and Fox's Prayer. But I find that this is just so much fun to run with with these two setups that it's what I'm running with.
Hostile detected.
Control point secured. Well done.
Ready when you are.
Okay, here we go.
Reinforcements en route. Incoming hostiles detected.
Far side. Or your side, rather.
Detecting high threat enemy patrol. Heavily armored hostiles detected. Reinforcements have arrived.
Watch your health.
Thank you.
Behind you. Got a convoy from the north, or sorry, west.
Yeah, I'm going after them.
Supply room access unlocked. Friendly control point detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
No ammo left. Stay back. Hear me?
Very cool. Yeah, Strikers is wicked.
Not get up in here!
Piece of shit. He has a shield.
The hell are they shooting at?
They might be shooting at you.
There's an elite patrol out there still, I think. You going after it?
I guess I am now. That was the last one. Oh, found another secret loot box.
Oh.
Okay, so go through here and yep. Huh.
Where's the loot box?
Didn't know anything about that either. Over here in this corner.
Ah, cool. All right, I'm going to run back to the White House for a sec.
Okay.
Friendly control point nearby.
I've put together a couple different versions of a Striker's build, including one that I've actually rolled over to armor. I think it was I've tried it at 1.1 and 1. Up to 1. Sorry.
Actually, I should probably break here for dinner.
Okay. I've tried it from 1.1 all the way up to 1.5 million, and for me, if I'm solo, 1.1 million is
Thank you
awesome.
for the group.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, Jedi. Thanks, man.
You are no longer in a group.
When you get into a
And I'll
group,
see you when I see it.
all right, bud. Sorry, in a group, 1.1 million armor works. Solo, where all the aggro is on you, 1.3 to 1.5. It depends on how where you're the most comfortable. But the trick to that is getting the Striker's pieces to drop already with crit chance, a mix of crit chance and crit damage.
Oh, look, it's that agent.
Yeah, but when you're in a group, because the aggro is divvied up between the players, I find I can run with less armor. I mean, as you saw here, I mean, this is a min armor build. I don't even have a watch level, so it's 660k. With the additional health and armor from a fully maxed out watch, that's what, 726, I think, somewhere around there. So this is an alt character that I ran through Warlords last weekend or the weekend before. So I have not, on purpose, spec'd into the watch at all. I do have the health buff because of my SHD level. That's a given. There's no way around that. But this character, eventually, once I've gone through the rest of the scavenging points, I'll delete it and rinse and repeat. So the reason I'm pointing this out is, even though it's handicapped with 0 watch levels, it's still an extremely viable build. So
Hey, Agent, you looking to trade? Am I right?
my original plan this morning when I got up this morning was I was going to do log in, put together a golden bullet. I've already put the build together, a golden bullet build, and then get the content out. And then I woke up and saw what they've done here. I was initially pissed, but you know what? It's their business. We're going to get 2 weeks of golden bullet. It was just, for me, I had, it's the whole thing about expectations. I expected to have golden bullet today. And when it didn't materialize, it was, the 5-year-old in me came out briefly. But it does give me the opportunity to run Reanimated, which is golden bullet's more fun. I shouldn't say that. Both are a lot of fun. They're fun in different ways. Golden Bullet is just an absolute dopamine rush once the additional fire rate kicks in, and the fact that you've got basically bonus armor. It's from the Golden Bullet buff itself. So, but Reanimated is just so much fun, especially with a determined build. I can't take credit for this. Jedi was the one that mentioned it to me. I didn't see the video myself, but another content creator earlier today said the combination of Determined and Chain Killer is built for Reanimated. So these builds are not that hard to throw together. You don't need the named Chain Killer with Perfect Headhunter. Any piece with Headhunter will absolutely work. What I would do if I didn't have this, is I'd try and find either a Providence piece or an Araldi piece, and build it around that, and then roll on Headhunter. Over time, my builds have evolved from, crit chance or crit damage and headshot damage to weapon handling and headshot damage, because you can see on this piece that, no, on the other build. Okay, see where the accuracy and stability is here with Hunter's Fury? When I switch builds and go back to the other build, hang on. You can see that these are almost maxed out. So your reticle does not move. It moves subtly, but hardly, very, very, very small amount. So that's where I've gone to, is I try and get weapon for a headshot build. I try and get as much weapon handling into the build as I possibly can. Let me clean this character up. Just rushing around, fooling around. We've been we've been going through a lot of the content for day one. This one I got very, very quickly. This one is going to take a lot of time because I'm headshotting everything and they're not getting reanimated. But we are getting the cloud kills, etc., etc. So the rest of these I'm going to pick away at as the week goes on, but I'm just going to run headshot builds tonight. And I'm also going for exotics. So I need 20 stars. Completely lost my train of thought. So yes, weapon handling and headshot damage are the two that I prefer for my headshot builds. I know, right? Golden Bullet absolutely spoils people, but we're gonna, just so that you know, we're gonna get it for 2 weeks. That was an announcement that I think it was Martin Ryberg or the Division 2. It's not Twitter anymore, but X. One of their tweets, it's not a tweet anymore, one of their posts earlier today, basically saying, we understand your frustration that you're not getting Golden Bullet today. You're going to get reanimated. Can't remember what the next one is. So we get reanimated, then SHD exposed, and then we're going to get Golden Bullet for 2 weeks, back to back to back. So, which is going to be a lot of fun. The cool part about this is all of these are red star weeks. So there's the opportunity to get named item caches or, in my case, exotic caches. I know, absolute noobs. With your strikers build, try that with Golden Bullet because you get a fire rate buff from strikers and you get a fire rate buff from Golden Bullet. It is silly in a really, really fun way. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together one more build. I have to switch characters to do it, so I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'm going to take a very quick... actually, I might have all the pieces of my stashing on. I'm trying to remember what they all were, though. Nah, I'm going to switch characters, so bear with me as I do that. And then we'll get this all cleaned up, and I'm going to take a bio break, and then we'll get back into some content with a slightly different build. This build is a little bit more specialized in that it's not gear sets. It's all brand set base, so there's no green pieces in it, and it's a true sniper build. So it's still using determined. All right, Cause. Later, mate. Have a great evening.
Entering safe area.
All right. There we go. One thing before I go. I've rebuilt my DZ build. I haven't tested it yet, but this is going to be coming in a video, so I'll give you a very, very, very quick sneak peek at this build. I played it on, not in the DZ, but on Heroic with Cypher this morning, just testing out the damage numbers. He was running a Striker's build. I was running this, and there wasn't a lot in the difference for damage at the end of the mission. He had 540 million damage with 60, and these are guesses. I would think it was 63 kills. I had 480 million with 65 kills. So it doesn't quite have the damage output, but the kills were there. So, which was very cool. So it starts with St. Elmo's. I'm running the Cabaret. Again, once they're shocked, you would switch to the Cabaret and get some additional damage. When you remember to do it, it's not that critical because St. Elmo's does most of what you need it to do. The pistol is the Orbit. Again, it's what I have. This is my default, and just so that you guys know, this originally came out of a named item cache from one of these global events. So I was not a DZ player for probably the first 4 years I played this game. It's only been since I started streaming and YouTubing that I've actually ventured into the DZ on a regular basis. So any DZ exclusive pieces you see on me, chances are they came out of a named item cache. So that would be my recommendation if you don't have everything, is with the red stars that you get from these global events, spend them on named item caches. So Gunner class to give you armor on kill, reload speed, or just every third reload's faster. You get 5% rate of fire buff on kill. Yes, the best, who was this? I think it was the Gaming Brigade, so Sergeant Greybeard. One of his recent videos, he summed it up very, very well. It's, you need to put a build together that works with your playstyle. And when you have a build, you have to adapt your playstyle to the build. So you need to know where your damage is coming from, but you also need to have a build that works for you. I mean, if you're a run and gunner and you like to get up in people's faces, sniper builds are probably not for you. And if that is the case, that you like being straight up at the front and running and gunning, then you could still use pieces like Strikers, but you have to put armor on them. Or run Gunner so you get armor on kill, or run Memento so that you get that 3% armor regen. There's always adaptations that you can make to twist a build to work to your playstyle. But anyway, back to this build. So those are the weapons. That's the specialization. Coyote's Mask, and this one, and most of this, well, this is my main character, so everything is maxed on this. It's completely min-maxed. This was a hard build to farm for. It wasn't, I shouldn't say hard. It took some time to farm for it. It wasn't that hard. It was just countdown runs, basically, with targeted loot. Coyote's Mask, crit chance, crit damage with a crit damage mod. We'll come back to the Pack Instincts in just a second. Grupo piece with Companion, and this is a double Companion build, just so that we're very clear on this. I didn't need the crit chance on this, so I went I picked a piece with weapon handling and crit damage with a crit damage mod. This also gives additional crit damage, and we'll get to the stats after I show you the rest of the build. I'm going to come to the chest piece last. So it's Contractor's Prayer, Contractor's Gloves, and Fox's Prayer. They're both in here, but Contractor's Gloves. Rerolled to armor with crit damage and damage to armor. A lot of the pieces on this build are leaning into multipliers, or what some guys would refer to as multiplicative damage. And we'll come to that. Damage to armor, damage to targets out of cover, and health damage are all multipliers, as is Companion. So that's where a lot of the weapon damage for this build is coming from, is those multipliers rather than additive damage. Fox's Prayer with crit chance, damage to targets out of cover, and armor, and you can see we're at 1.5 million total armor for this build. Picaro's Holster with crit damage, weapon damage, and an armor core. And then the last piece, and this one was the one that was harder to farm for because I needed crit chance and crit damage on it. The cool part about this is depending on the build, I can roll this to armor, which I did for this build, or I can roll it to a weapon core. So I got this. I think I did 3 runs of Countdown on challenging, and this dropped in one of those runs. I don't remember. And I think I was running chest pieces, not Electrique specifically. Because it's a named piece, I find that if it's a named piece, I go with whatever piece it is that I'm looking for. That seems to give me the best luck. So it's a double companion build. Cypher was asking me why I didn't run, why Henri and why not run, Fenris or something like that for the chest. Is companion is a backpack talent. The only way that you're going to get a perfect companion is, and it's on a chest piece, is by running the named Henri. So this one gives you 20% amplified or multiplier damage, and this one gives you 15%. So you're getting 35% amplified damage with this build. And the way you proc it is with an explosive seeker mine. So once you get into combat, you double tap the deploy key and then just leave it at your feet. Don't send it. You want it there to proc companion. So for me, it's on my Q key. Double tap. So you can see the seeker mine is now at my feet, which is proccing companion. That's the cat. No, that's unnormal. That's not a fair representation. So it's not Striker's level of DPS, but it's decent DPS. And if I pop that out to 20 yards, it's still about the same. And the reason I did that on purpose was I'm missing a couple shots in there, which is why the damage numbers are falling off slightly. But you can see it's somewhere around 5 million DPS. And you get that wonderful shock round ammunition, and this gun is just a laser rifle to begin with. So that's it in a nutshell. With Pack Instincts, if you're 0 to 15 meters, you get plus 25% crit hit damage. 15 to 25 meters is 10 and 10, so 10 crit chance, 10 crit damage, and 25 plus is 25% crit hit chance. When I looked at the stats at the end of the mission, my it's not normalized, but the actual crit chance, crit damage numbers were 58% and 75% is what I realized in combat. And that's based off of 48% chance and 175.8% crit damage. I could sacrifice some 12% crit damage and put it into 6% more crit chance, but and I don't remember which content creator was talking about this, but he did a statistical analysis of every mission in the game. And he said the sweet spot, if you're running Coyotes, is 47 or 48% crit chance, and everything else into crit damage. Because Coyotes is going to often give you that 10%, which will bump you up closer to 60. So food for thought. I'm taking that one on face value based on, the evidence that he presented in that video. If I can find it, I'll pop it into the chat. But I don't remember who the content creator was. It just popped into my feed and I watched it and it made a lot of sense to me. If you're not running Coyotes, you definitely want your crit chance much closer to 60%. 54%-ish seems to be a really good spot to land on. And in a lot of cases, just 50% or greater is ultimately where you want it to be for crit chance. But that's the build in a nutshell. So Seeker Mine and the Fixer Drone are the two skills that I'm running. This could be, if I was going to run into the DZ, I'd switch that to a Defender Drone just so that you're mitigating a little bit of the extra damage they're getting from their expertise level on their weapons. And that's my new DZ build. It's not terribly different from what I've been running. This used to be a Matador piece, a Walker and Harris piece with Companion. Which was giving me a little bit of extra weapon damage, but I've changed it around to lean more into the crit chance, crit damage, and then the double companion with the amp damage. But that's it in a nutshell. So, we'll log back out of this character. one of the streams that we do in the not too distant future, I'm going to venture back into the DZ and we'll do a little bit of DZ running around. And I apologize, I've got a hangnail and of course, like a dummy, I'm picking at it. If you're wondering what I keep doing with this hand. Absolutely, Max. Cypher runs almost exclusively with a min-maxed Strikers set. You do incredible damage, but you are a little bit of a glass cannon when you go down. When you put yourself in a bad situation, you're going to go down. The best, and this is my opinion only, the best rounded gear set to run is Heartbreaker. Because you've got bonus armor, extra weapon damage, and you know, if you go all the way into the armor side of it, you can, like, you're running around with like 1.9 million armor, which is just ridiculous, and you're still hitting hard. Absolutely. Before I've been playing a lot since I came back to this game in November. My watch level when I came back to the game was like 2300, and you can see where it is now. It's 4800. So I've been playing a lot, and the more I play, the less armor I run in the overworld. DZ in Conflict, it's a little bit different. Not that I have any experience at all in Conflict, but when you're PvP, it tends to be less. It's all about quick burst damage, and then you often get a chance to heal. So the armor is of more value in that quick burst of keeping yourself alive long enough to kill them. Whereas in missions, it's more of a marathon than a sprint, if you will, if I can use that as an analogy. So you don't need as much armor because the NPCs aren't as aggressive. They're not as smart. And, you know, they don't use the cover as well as a human being would, because that's ultimately what it's all about. When you start playing in the DZ, it's less about your build and more about you and your ability to play your terrain and play the other player. It's kind of like poker. Poker players will tell you it's not about playing your cards. It's about playing your opponent. So, and it's very similar when you're in the DZ. This is the hotshot build. I should have named these. But yeah, the more I play, the more knowing where your spawns are, knowing when to pop a med kit, knowing where to position yourself. The less armor you need to run, the more damage you can do, because a dead enemy can't shoot back is ultimately where it is. And if you know where they're going to spawn, and you know a good place to get to take advantage of where their spawn is going to be, it's all about experience. The other thing too is when I was newer to the game, I would tend to overextend and end up surrounded. Surrounded is bad in this game. I found myself surrounded a couple times on that run that we just did, and fortunately, you know, I've got a teammate to bail me out, basically, and that's exactly what he was doing. He was bailing me out when I overextended. When you play solo, which an awful lot of people do, you don't have that luxury, so you have to play a lot smarter. So anyway, where were we going? What I'm going to do at this point is just clean up my inventory. Oh, hang on. That is a nearly perfect roll.
Nice to see you, Agent.
Now, like I said at the start of this, if you haven't been playing as long as I have, don't just deconstruct everything. Actually go to the recalibration bench and work on your recalibration library and work on donating toward expertise and all that other sort of stuff. And then deconstruct for the material. I don't think this chair is going to be long for my world because I don't know if you've noticed, but I tend to start doing this as we're playing because the chair doesn't stay in the full top up position. It sort of creeps down. So at some point I'm replacing this chair because it's an annoyance. Anyway, where were we? Build. So. I think this one is Providence. So I'll show you a slightly different way to run this build. We're going to swap two of these pieces. So this one is going to go become Hotshot. I need to re-roll that one. Nice, Max. That's awesome. All right. And then this piece, we're going to switch to Araldi, which gives marksman rifle damage in its weapon handling and headshot damage. So it's still 4 pieces of Hotshot, but instead of running the Punch Drunk, we're now going to run an Araldi piece. So we'll save this one as a new loadout. Whoops. So this one, definitely we're going to run the sniper rifle. With the 4 pieces of Hotshot, though, you do get the bonus armor. It will reload and all that other sort of stuff. So it's very similar. It's just that what I've done here is I'm running an Araldi piece with Vigilance instead of the Punch Drunk. So it gives you an additional damage talent. And it's, I think this one was scavenged. So this was one that I got dropped. This gives me 2 weapon handling attributes. So, or no, the other one had it as well. So we're basically maxed on our accuracy and stability. This 700 carbon is something I crafted earlier today. It had 80%-ish rolls for all 3 of these. It rolled with damage to targets out of cover, and I was able to roll it over to determined. So this is a craftable piece that you guys should be able to craft. The nice part about it is when you run the tightly packed marksman mag with the 5 extra rounds, you get 12 plus 1 in the chamber for 13, which just makes life easy. And the way I've got it modded is stability, accuracy, 5 rounds, and then the hollow sight, which is 3% headshot damage. So this is meant more for quick shooting rather than precision shooting. Because that's really all you need for this one. What I can do for my secondary piece, because is I could run the Nemesis to get, because it's the highest base damage. I hate the way it fires though with that trigger, so I'm not going to. I'm going to throw the White Death in there as my second sniper rifle. I don't normally recommend running 2 of the same thing, but when you're in cover, when you're in cover, you're getting sniper or marksman rifle ammunition back with this build. So hang on. I'll show you that real quick. And then we'll go try this build out and see if I like it any better than the other one. There it is. After you're in cover for 20 seconds, you start generating 5 marksman and 5 rifle ammo every 10 seconds. So you will regen an awful lot of it. So that would be the other option, is to run a rifle in this build. There's a lot you can run. M1 classic M1A with determined is awesome on a build like this. The disadvantage to a rifle with this build is the headache talent requires a marksman rifle. Yeah, exactly, Max. I just find there's certain situations where you kind of have to use it because of its damage, but I'd rather run the White Death. So anyway, that's this build in a nutshell. Before we go out, I'm going to set up the other build, and then we'll go running around. So in this particular case, I don't remember what the mask was. I forgot that one. Oh, it's the Punch Drunk. Duh. So we go back to the Punch Drunk. And this is a true headshot build where you have to reload. But, oops. This should now be maxed. No, not quite. It's not quite as maxed out as with the hot shot. The hot shot gives you, I think it's 30%. Yeah, it gives you an additional 30% weapon handling. What I've done with this build is I've got, there's 8 here. I think I've got weapon handling everywhere. So that's 16, 24, 32, and that's, so it's, I got 32%, but with the other builds, you've got 30 plus an additional 16. So there's slightly more weapon handling. I could change these from Contractors and Fox's Prayer to depending on what I'm using in here, is I could run another piece of Araldi, because that gives you another 15% headshot damage. So actually, let's do that. I think I've got an Araldi piece in one of these. Or maybe I don't. Nope. We'll leave it as is. So this one is still going to proc Determined and Chain Killer, but it won't reload the gun, and I don't have any way to get bonus armor. So this one I have to be a lot more careful with. All right. So the reason that I'm running these control points is they're all True Sons control points. Running a determined build and in this particular global event, hyenas, all the rushers have a helmet, which means you can't generally you can't one tap them. Your first shot will knock the helmet off, and then your second shot kills them. Similarly with running against the outcasts is a pain in the ass because of their rushers. So True Sons are, it's a nice way to play the game. So where this is all about stars, if I wasn't just running control points for the sake of running control points, what I'd be doing is all of the events that are in and around the Washington Monument, basically just run from event to event to event to event to event, just do laps. That is especially with a headshot build and determined and this particular global event, that is the fastest way to level up your watch and just have fun doing it. Because I'm on challenging with 2 directives right now, which it's not with my experience level, it's not that hard, it's not that challenging. I am going to go down at some point, but again, I've got a revive hive, so that should be my one get out of jail free. But we've done, I think it's 8 levels so far tonight. Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of this so that I can keep track of it. That's the reason that I do that, by the way. Normally, my OCD I don't like seeing exclamation marks anywhere on this game, so I would normally do that, but this is just kind of a keep track. So we did two runs up and down those 4 control points and 8 levels. So even at that, that's, you know, that's it. It's relatively quick. Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, it's so with the Nemesis. Do I have it on me? I think I do. Yeah. Let's run down to the range for a second. For those of you that are, most of you are familiar with it, but for those that aren't, with the Nemesis, in order to get max power, that 2.4 million out of it, you actually have to hold down the fire key. So with this rifle, if you look around the outside of the ring, I've got my finger on the trigger or on the mouse. You have to wait until that goes fully in, and then you release to get your shot. And it's hold and release. And hold and release. So it's a long time to get the fire versus aim and squeeze, which I far prefer. By the way, what I just did with that bonus armor that I've got, that will stay with me when I get out into the open world. Little trick if you want to do that at some point. So we are going to do the run down these control points, and then we'll see what time it is from there. It's 10:30 my time, and I know for Max that makes it like 3:30 in the morning your time. Did I get that right? So it's late, but you can see I've got that bonus armor, and determined and Chain Killer are still fully procced. Don't tell anybody.
Broadcast picked up.
Remember.
Didn't duck back quick enough. Come on, come on.
Incoming hostiles detected.
You're not going anywhere.
I'm in deep shit here. Yep, I'm gonna go take that. There we go.
Hostile broadcast detected. Agent incapacitated.
Yeah, this is not gonna end well. Not gonna end well at all. Yep. Son of a. Remember what I was saying about putting yourself in a bad spot?
Hostile control point nearby.
I get greedy. And I had a shield and I forgot to pop it.
Thank you for showing up, Agent. Black Tusk have taken several of our people hostage.
And again, this is a brand new character, so I've done none of the season stuff with this character. So let's try that again, shall we? Better spot would have been over here on the elevated perch, because you've got cover for two sides.
I'll sweep the area. Now you'll think twice. I'll set up my trap. No! Putting bullets in the range.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
There we go. Can't see his head. That's really annoying.
Shit timing.
That wasn't annoying at all, right?
CP captured. Good job.
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Reinforcements incoming. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Miss. There we go.
Experimental AEDs in proximity.
Blowing to pieces.
Hostiles guarding location nearby.
Engaging.
Heavily armored hostiles detected. You have been promoted to group leader.
Just like that.
Hey,
A clan member has joined your
what's
team.
going on, Lano?
Uh-oh, it's gonna be a problem.
What's that?
It's gonna be a big problem. Meet, if you're speaking, give me a second because I can't hear.
Okay.
Okay, boom. I'm good.
Boom, boom.
We're blessed. What's going on? Oh God. Jesus Christ, what's happening? Come back, my life is on half. What went down?
Probably caught us on both on fire.
What did you guys do? Yeah, that's right, Deborah.
I missed you.
Ditto, fam. How's it going?
Good, man. It's been a minute.
Supply room
Oh, it's
access
been too long.
unlocked.
Too long. I missed out on the last event. That had me pissed. But
I've been
got
through
back
here a
in.
couple times already. I don't know if you were watching the stream, so there's probably everything opened.
Oh, I've been keeping up with the streams, mind you. That's the one good thing that keeps me up to date with this game.
Right on.
Like the new thumbnails as well. They're pretty dope.
Thanks, bud. Yeah, I like anything, you know, anything that you do, it's a skill that you need to learn, right? So I'm getting, my taste is evolving, and I'm getting better at using the tools that I have.
Detected. Nearby location.
That's the only way to
By
go up, bro.
hostiles.
That's the only way to go up, and you're only gonna get better from here. Trust me.
There is a public execution on the way to the next, to the sinkhole. So we may as well do
Why are
that.
you dressed like a whole rogue agent? What is this? Yo, look at this man. Hold on. Bro, look like he got a red watch on. Yo, who are you and what have you done with me? I'll beat you right now. Pause. That didn't come out right. No.
By the way, Lano, Max just said hey to you in the chat.
Hey, Max. Ah, good to be a part of friggin' Delta Tactical.
Exactly. Badges? We don't need those stinking badges.
We're Delta Tactical, fools. We're here to shut this show down. Oh no, what just happened? Hold on. I hear guns.
Detected. Point in proximity.
Look at you. Treat you like a Beyonce fan. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Reanimated.
Jesus Christ, I thought I was in The Walking Dead. That was so crazy.
They killed him. You see that?
Okay, so let me see here. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm glad that actually happened.
So when I start popping headshots, that cloud is corrosive to them and it heals us.
Sweet. Yo, take this in. What are you guys? Oh. I like how they're making like more of these guys be held up in public. Like, yo, this is a stick up. Give me your lunch money. You better not tell Miss Cranston either. No, I'm gonna shoot you just to make sure that you don't tell
Civilians in
anybody.
danger.
Hey. Oh, I had him.
Incoming hostiles detected.
You got Fog of War on?
Yes, sir.
I had a feeling. Oh, okay. No,
How's that feel? They've got me cold here.
Get back!
just stay still so that I can shoot you.
Freeze and I'll shoot.
I was looking for the thing. Ah, I got it. Haha.
It's over.
That's your line, isn't it? Freeze and I'll shoot.
Yep. Now, stay where you are and we'll shoot you. Don't you mean or we'll shoot you? We know what we said.
Is that a line from a movie?
Nah, Dragon Ball Z abridged, the guys, Team 4 Star, they used that line, in the Frieza saga.
Gotcha.
Dudes, they pulled up where, the monk was and Goku's son, and they blew up the ship. They were like, well, there goes our ship. And Boom was like, what the hell? And they were like, okay, now, stay where you are and we'll shoot you. Don't you mean, or we'll shoot you? We know what we said. And then they started shooting again, but they got their heads kicked off in like 2 split seconds. But that was the best line ever in that saga ever. Like there's no other line better than that one.
That's awesome.
Wait, why do I even have the sweet dreams right now? Oof. Oof. As soon as I pull my gun up, I watch him drop. Jesus.
Yeah, I apologize to Jedi was playing with me earlier, and I apologize that this build makes it kind of boring for my teammates. But
No, fam, I enjoy watching this type of show. You know, I could always do all this other stuff solo, you know. So for me, playing with you guys is sometimes.
oh my god.
See you. Oh, so it's a headshot thing, no?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I shoot him in the head, and hey, damn it.
Don't bother to run. You'll only die tired.
I was just looking, and I thought it was shooting them at the side where there's a green thingamabob glowing. Either that or I'm just going nuts. Am I wrong? Because I know I see something at the left, bottom left. See, like look at this lady. Hey. Oh, never mind. That was a headshot. Okay, headshot confirmed. Ooh. Ow.
I'll be over in just a sec. Or do you have a
No, I'm good. I'm
revive?
good. Yeah, I didn't realize we were playing on her. I have a feeling, but you know, we'll take it. Oof. Ha.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Oof. Gotta get out of here.
Control point secured. Well done.
Oh man, they're giving me some nice guard roll stuff. Yo, okay,
Detecting
cool.
additional hostile contacts.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Don't do it. Don't do it. Will I? Ah!
Agent needs assistance. Incoming hostiles detected.
Dude, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be a liability. But I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good spot. Oh no. I don't want to be an inconvenience. I see you.
I'm coming.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Alright. Now Lance is pissed. Oh God. Oh. Oh, that's why that was so difficult.
Yes.
Did you kill everybody?
Maybe.
Man, it's like wipe out everyone. All right, cool. I'm coming to get you now.
All right. Let me know when you're ready.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Let's do this.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional
Dang it.
hostile contacts.
Ooh. Ooh.
I gotta move up.
Haha! I shot you in the face, you stupid woman. Uh-oh. No, no, no. Don't be. No, no lance. No lance. Turns down.
Reinforcement complete.
Goodness.
Right, sweetheart.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Uh-oh. Oh. I will bust off your socks. Don't do it, Deborah.
Supply room access unlocked.
This man said, all right, cool, we're done playing challenging. Now we have truly evolved. What build are you experimenting with?
What is it? Hang on. It's a chain killer and basically it's a headshot build.
Ooh. Nice.
I think I'm on version 3 so far tonight.
I want to step out of my comfort zone of dealing with the Hunter's Fury so bad, but I got to get back in the swing of watching your vids because I'm afraid of experimenting. Truly am. Because being with the Hunter's Fury build along with the Coyote's mask, it just makes me safe, and I'm not supposed to be a safe player.
No, this style of play I've had to work for. I'm actually starting to train headshots, and I've got a build for that. Excuse me, sorry. Should have muted my mic for that.
Second, what's this? Okay, can't get rid of that. Can't get rid of that.
I'm going the right way.
Rid of this. I think we're gonna keep that. That looks nice.
The true sons are coming for you. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. Either way, it's time to make a decision. Stand with us. Face the consequences.
That's a new weapon.
Yes, they can. Only the true sons can offer you
purple G28.
or take your chances and be
Strongest
forgotten.
weapon in the game.
Um,
The true sons are coming for you. It could be today, it could be tomorrow. Either way, it's time to make a decision. Stand with
Alright,
us.
cool. Fam, this is the part where I have to say goodnight. I just wanted to pop on because I saw you on and it's been far too long.
yep, that's cool.
Alright, man, this has been fun. I hope we got to do this sooner rather than later. I might have some more free time to come back on, like, say, next week.
Awesome.
So I'll see you then.
You are no longer in a group. Progress halted. Override required. Access key detected. Supply room access unlocked.
This is a call out to the division. We know you're listening. It's time to pledge your allegiance to the true sons. Join us today, and we will welcome you with open arms. Wait till tomorrow, and we might not be feeling so kind.
Progress resumed. Manual override required.
So far, I'm digging this build. I'm not noticing a massive difference in feel from the punch drunk, but the disadvantage to running it in this configuration is when I go to the D50, I'm not getting that extra pistol damage. So bear that in mind. If you're going to be pistols or rifle or marksman rifle only, not a lot of difference. And if you're not taking any damage, like I'm not for the most part, you get vigilance up most of the time just to add a little bit of extra. So this should be interesting because this is now a heroic control point and I'm by myself. I think I'm going the right way. Am I going the right way? Yeah. It's going to be a pain. Where did he go? exactly where I want to be.
Crap. Lost it.
Target found!
Come on, people.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Frag. Frag deployed. Head. We need that gun. Come on, come on.
CP captured. Good job.
Ammo's here somewhere. Yeah, I had about a pixel and a half of his head. The nice thing about this reticle is once it steadies down, when you're on target, it goes red. So bear that in mind. You can use that to your advantage.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected.
Unloading the right.
So somebody asked how viable this build is when you're solo.
Supply room access unlocked.
If you're not too aggressive, I mean, you got to be aggressive with your shot taking, but not with your positioning, if that makes sense. If you're not too aggressive, it's totally viable. That was a heroic control point, I think. Nope, it was challenging. I actually don't know. No, it was named. Yeah, they were named, guys, so that was a tier 4. I think. I don't know. So we'll do one more. Yeah. If I... So there was a 42 million shot. Yeah, 42.5. 44 million. Yeah, 44, 45 million per shot. I actually prefer this. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Max. I thought it was. I prefer this scope. You can see you can't run and gun with it because if you've been moving and you go to zoom in, it takes it a while to settle, but I think all the snipers are like that anyway. So we're going to do the last control point, and then I'm going to do the... No, I'm going to keep this build. I'm starting to babble. No fooling around.
That was the last one.
I hadn't actually pulled that out this evening, but that's always your ace in the hole for quick, high damage.
Supply room access unlocked. Friendly supply convoy in proximity.
Did I go the wrong way? I got a GPS and everything, and I still went the wrong way.
Whole city reeks of sweat.
You can say that again.
An agent joins our team. Who knows? We might just win this.
What has two thumbs and is as dumb as a stump?
Supply room access unlocked.
If you're running a build with Chain Killer and you have the TAC 50, so the sniper specialization, it is always a good way to proc that first headshot.
I miss chewing gum. It'd be great to have a stick right now. Any more division people around?
Sounds like a plan, man. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, talking with, or one-way conversation with, 15 seconds of lag is a pain. Alright, I've come in on the flank. As long as somebody doesn't come in behind. Oh my goodness.
Deploying a grenade.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Control point secured. Well done.
Your look and my look sound very similar. So you can see what I was saying there. I just picked up 2 rounds. So it basically all that shooting and I was fully topped up. Basically.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected.
With a little bit of practice at your shot taking,
Reinforcement complete.
this type of build absolutely trivializes challenging content.
I know you'll protect us.
Supply room access unlocked. Hostiles guarding location nearby.
So I'm going to clean up my inventory, stash all this stuff, and go back to my main just to show you the build that I'm running for practice. at my headshots. It you do it on hard on purpose, and we've already cleared all this out. Yeah, all right. Back to the White House. And you do it in missions, and you pick a mission that you're comfortable with, that you enjoy playing. I typically do Lincoln Memorial. It's my favorite mission, so it's a bit of a pain because the first named boss, actually all the named bosses are a bit of a pain in the ass, but it's a rifle build, not a sniper rifle build on purpose. And the reason you do it on hard is if you miss the head and hit the body, you're going to get a kill. So it's a little bit punishing for that, for the numbers, your accuracy and your ratio between kills and headshot kills. That's kind of what you're looking at. And it's not my idea. I got it from Hutchler. His video on aim training is where I borrowed this from. And then we'll clean out all the caches, and then I'm going to swap my characters. Well, now. I can't remember what is part of what build, so I'm just going to stash all of it. That's one of the reasons why I do it the way that I do it with this particular character is if I'm going to delete it or if I have to dump everything quickly, I can just go back to this level 1. This is what you spawn in with. That's exactly what it is. I just favorited them and saved them as a loadout so that I can always go back to that. The only thing that I didn't do was the D50, which I can't. Such is life. All right. Give me 2 minutes while I'm swapping characters. I'm going to run to the washroom, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back.
Entering safe area.
All right, so sniper specialization. I'm using a classic M1A with lucky shot on purpose. No determined on this because it's all about actual headshots. That's the point of this build, is getting actual headshots. Running the custom 870 again, just as a get out of jail free orbit pistol. This one is a revive hive and a fixer drone just for my own personal healing. And then it's a lot of the gear that you just saw in the last build. That's why I stashed it all. So this one I'm leaning heavily into weapon handling. So punch drunk, because it gives you the headshot damage, weapon handling, and a headshot damage mod. Chain killer, weapon damage. Now this one's crit damage. That's not actually the one that I want. I want weapon handling. All right, and I'm gonna save that. So it is the chain killer with weapon handling and headshot damage with the headshot damage mod. Holster is Providence to give us 15% headshot damage, weapon handling, headshot damage. Piece of Araldi, it's marksman rifle damage, which is not going to help us in this particular case, but it's got weapon handling and headshot damage with a headshot damage mod. Contractors with headshot damage, and Fox's Prayer with headshot damage. So that's the build. With the M1A, we're at 265% headshot damage, which, and you can see that there's no, the 10% crit chance I think is coming from my watch. The crit damage, I'm not certain where that's coming from. I think it's inherent, yeah. Some of it's inherent in the rifle itself. Some is watch level, etc., etc. 220% headshot damage on the shotgun, 235 on the pistol, and 335 with the attack. Hey, Black. So this is what I use for my training, and I'm going to stick to just the rifle. We're going to go down and run Lincoln Memorial. I'm doing good, bud. How about yourself? So, hard. This is about training, so we don't want any... Yeah, I started... Oh, goodness. I started 3 hours ago, I think. Does it say how long I've been recording? It does not. So yeah, started about 3 hours ago. I was running on my alt character for most of the evening with a determined build, and what I'm showing right now is just a training build for working on headshot accuracy. So what we're trying to do with this is all kill, every shot is a headshot, is what I'm ultimately trying for. And then we'll look. And the reason you want to do this on a mission is then you can look at the stats at the end and figure out how good your accuracy was and your percentage of headshot kills to total kills.
We need you to secure the memorial and remove the True Sons forces.
Ooh.
They maintain this outpost.
How very
True Sons will be
Canadian
a
of
direct
you.
threat to the campus.
Based on the sound, that was not a headshot. Friggin' machine gunner's tearing me up.
Got a visual
That
on
was not a
additional
headshot.
hostiles in the memorial compound.
Close, but it
They're
was not a
moving
headshot.
south. There's a gate between you. It looks closed from here.
Agent, you'll need to find a way to open that gate.
Poutine, if you've never tried it, for anybody else who doesn't have a clue what we're talking about, is French fries, gravy, and cheese curds, which is it is wonderful. It's a heart attack on a plate.
Try it here.
So I haven't done this run, and now I'm going to make my excuses. Haven't done this run in a while, so it's showing, or at least it is to me. That was not a headshot.
All clear. I repeat, the compound is all clear.
No, that can't be all of them. Check the interior while I get Henry's people to maintain the perimeter.
So it's basically French fries and gravy, but then they add cheese curds, and it's gooey and delicious, and probably really, really bad for you. Right on, Max. You have a great night, brother. Thanks for dropping by.
Damn it. The True Sons have turned the memorial into a base. There's an area beneath you with increased security. Isaac can't access data on
It
this
was through
location.
here this morning, so I don't
Stay
think
alert.
any of the
You don't know
caches
what you're walking into.
are still available. Yeah. All right. But you see where I'm going with this is you're trying to make every shot a headshot kill, and where you're on hard, the game will punish you for in terms of your overall ratio between kills and headshot kills if you miss the head.
Careful with those rounds! You want to kill everybody in here! Hear that?
And you're looking for that sound, that squishy sound.
DC-62 detected.
Heads up. Isaac just ID'd those shells as chemical weapons. Can't afford to let the True Sons escape with those. You gotta find a way to close up that tunnel.
It does not pay to rush your shots when you're doing this. I also have it's not a paper log, but a Word document log of accuracy and ratio of headshots
According
to
the
kills.
schematics Isaac pulled upstairs, we can lock that tunnel door from their control center. That should keep them from being able to transport those mortars loaded with DC-62.
I've got no targets in sight.
Hey Jeff, how's it going? I'm assuming morning for you. Still night here for another 24 minutes.
That should keep them from getting more of those mortars.
You think closing the tunnel is smart? Fuck you! You locked yourself in with us. I'm gonna do you right down here.
shot for a turret.
Crushing my shots.
Good work. Go on and head back up. The team from the campus is taking position inside the memorial.
Right. So I'll see what kind of a score we got.
If you hadn't stopped them, I know they would have used those weapons on us, and we would have ended up like Castle. I can't tell you how relieved I am to have you on our side. Thank you.
So we're looking for accuracy, which is going to be terrible for this type of thing. And then the ratio of headshot kills to total kills.
Chemical weapons and eliminated the stronghold near the campus. You should be proud. You saved a lot of lives today.
So accuracy was 67%. Could be better. Took 11:24. Not that we're tracking how long it takes. 53 headshot kills out of 69 total. So as a percentage, 53 divided by 69 times 100 is 76.8% of the kills were headshot kills. So you keep track of that, and you just keep pushing yourself to improve, because doing this, if you do this once a day, it does improve your aim and your accuracy. It also improves your snapshotting. I noticed that I'm getting way better at lining that up and then taking a quick shot, and then lining it up and taking a quick shot. There is a difference. Like if you look right there, if I'm aiming for that circle, you can see it's actually offset, and it's never quite the same. So all of those things are things that you can work on for improving your accuracy in game if you want to run a sniper type build, which I definitely do. And just accuracy as a whole is very beneficial, especially the higher level content that you want to start taking on, getting into legendaries, and or if you wanted to start speed running. You must have a good accuracy for that. Yeah, I don't have aim assist. I'm on PC, but I've got a mouse, which certainly does help. So that's the training that I do. And this is the build again. So it's an M1A. You do not want determined. I went with Lucky Shot. Well, I think I don't remember if I put that on there or if it dropped with that. I think it dropped with that. So I left it. Because the missed shots they don't cost you any ammunition. What I was looking for, though, was headshot damage and something not determined, because you do not want body shots to do the headshot kills for you, because it is just for training. And then this template can be used for any headshot build. So it's Punch Drunk with weapon handling and its headshot damage, Chain Killer with weapon handling and headshot damage, One Piece of Provenance for the extra 15% headshot damage, weapon handling, headshot damage. First piece of Araldi. Again, if I was using a sniper rifle, this would be far better, but you're using a rifle on purpose. It's very definitely on purpose. Everything that I've done with this build is done with intent. Weapon handling, headshot damage, and then Contractors with headshot, and Fox's Prayer with headshot. Revive Hive and a Fixer Drone. Again, that's just for personal survivability, and we're using the Sharpshooter specialization. So I do that once a day-ish when I'm playing on a really regular basis. This is usually, I'll do this run not first thing in the morning, because I find I've got potato aim before I've had a couple of cups of coffee in the morning. So this is something that I would do, say, at lunchtime on my break. when I'm focused. And again, I keep track of that in a, it's not a spreadsheet, it's just a Word document. So, and as far as the builds themselves that I was running earlier, I can show you on this with a maxed out watch, so you'll be able to see the difference. The hotshot build, now I was running a different main, so I'm going to switch to that real quick. I'm just going to throw it in the secondary slot. So this is what I was running with this build, and you can see with a maxed out watch, it's perfectly accurate and perfectly stable. Those are both max attributes. On a non-maxed out watch, your stability is all the way up, your headshot is down just a tick. Yeah, the Regulus build is absolutely cool. It start with the rifle and work on your aimed headshots, and then switch it out to the pistol, go to the Regulus. Once you've gotten what I'm aiming for, ultimately my personal goal is to try and get 80 and 80. So 80% accuracy or better, and 80% or better of my kills are headshot kills. That's my target goal. Whether I'll get there or not, I don't know. I'm not a young guy anymore, so this reflexes are not what they once were. And I also, it's interesting, I'm not as patient as I was 10, 15 years ago in terms of taking those shots. I tend to force shots more often, which is something that it's mostly mental. I need to work on that. But getting back to this build, this I crafted earlier today. It's an M700 carbon replica, so I crafted it. It rolled with about 80% rolls, and I wanted the damage to targets out of cover, and then I rolled it over to determined. This is the build that I'm using for Reanimated. So I went with that on purpose. White Death is awesome. I've got a really good one with determined and damage to targets out of cover. And it is perfectly accurate and stable with this build as well. Yeah, it is absolutely trigger discipline. That's exactly what it is. And the funny part is I used to compete, for real in the real world. And this takes an incredible amount of patience and practice, and it's no different keying a mouse and working the mouse. It's practice with intent is basically what it comes down to. Anyway, with this build, I went with this on purpose because it's got a bigger magazine. So when you're trying to get determined and chain killer procced, it gives you a deeper pool of ammunition before it starts to self reload, which this build will do. I've run two different variants of this build, but this is, I think, my favorite setup is running Punch Drunk, headshot damage and weapon handling, chain killer, which you saw in the last build, weapon handling and headshot damage with a headshot damage mod. And then it's 4 pieces of hotshot. And the reason for that, it gives you 30% marksman rifle damage, 30% weapon handling, and 30% headshot damage. And first headshot with a marksman rifle, you must use a sniper rifle. Will increase the next headshot by 20%. Second consecutive headshot with a marksman rifle will give 10% bonus armor. If at full armor, 10% armor. So it's armor on kill, basically. If at full armor, it will give you bonus armor to a max of 50% of your current value. So that's another 360-ish. So 1.2 million armor, roughly, is what you end up with. Third consecutive headshot refills the magazine, so it's an auto reload. And then from the fourth headshot forward, all 3 of them reproc. So you're getting 20% additional headshot damage. You're getting that 10% armor on kill or bonus armor. So that's pretty powerful, actually. You can proc that in the range before you head out into the world as a bonus tip. And that's basically all of these are rolled to headshot damage. So that's the build that I'm running for Reanimated. And the nice thing is with this rifle in particular, if you see from the mods, I am running the hollow sight, which I'll run down to the range real quick. This is mostly for you, Black, because I don't think you were here when I was running it. The White Death has the digital scope, so it's the 12 or 16 power scope with the crosshairs, which is great for aimed shots. The Carbon is perfect for quick shots because you can really quickly get on target and take your shot. And once determined is proc, and you can see the bonus armor that I've got. I've got 13 rounds in the gun. It stays at 13 rounds. And if I go out into the world, that's procced and it stays procced. If you go back and rewatch the stream, you can see some of the damage numbers I was getting. And again, this was a... my goodness. Excuse me. Also, with my alt character, without a maxed watch, you can see what the crosshairs look like with this fully maxed out. There is still a tiny bit of sway, but it's very tiny. So again, this build is fantastic, and this is no different. It's just a slower firing gun, and it's a little slower for acquiring your targets. I prefer this for Reanimated. The nice thing about it is if you watch the crosshairs, when I come on target, they go red. So it's a very quick way to determine if you've got enough pixels to see your target. And it's a faster shooting gun with a bigger mag. It doesn't quite do as much damage, but they're also at slightly different expertise levels. I think they're pretty close. Base damage on this one is 423.1, and base damage on this is 376, so 50k in the difference. Pretty close. So the White Death is probably the best sniper in there because of its headshot damage. It's at 111, or sorry, the White Death is at 137, and the Carbon is at 111. So that's what the White Death brings to the table, is that additional headshot damage. And as far as the stats, this one, again, with my other build, I'm just going to switch to it. This was at, I think it was 10 less than that, 269, because the watch gives you an additional 10. Pistol is at 250, the TAC 50 is at 350, and the White Death is at 347. 10% crit chance is just what my watch is giving me, and the 40%, I'm not exactly sure where that damage is coming from. Some of it is coming from the guns themselves. Some of it's watch level, but I don't think there's any crit chance built into the build itself, so I'm not exactly sure where that's coming from. Might be from the specialization. Let's go have a quick look. Not that it matters, really. Don't know. Anyway, so this is the build that I'm currently running for Reanimated because it's a shit ton of fun. It's just, there's no other way to describe it. It's a shit ton of fun. Reanimated is my second favorite global event behind Golden Bullet, which, by the way, Black, we're getting 2 weeks of that in 3 weeks or 4 weeks. It's one of the things that I found in a tweet today from the Division 2 was that, yes, people are disappointed that we've got Reanimated and then we've got something else. But when Golden Bullet starts, we get it for 2 full weeks. So we've got Reanimated, then SHD Exposed, and then Golden Bullet starts in 4 weeks, but then we've got it for 2. So I don't know how long these are going to last, but this one is only a week and 6 days. So we get Reanimated for 2 weeks. So, yeah. Yep, exactly, Black. Absolutely. Anyway, that's the stream for tonight. Thursday is somewhat up in the air whether or not I'm going to be streaming. It's all family related stuff. We've got a family reunion here on this property this weekend. Everyone starts to arrive Wednesday. My kids, they're not kids. They're 25 and 27, but they're showing up on Thursday evening, supper time. So I don't know if I'm going to be streaming Thursday night. Probably won't be. But if I do, or if I'm going to be able to, I'll do like I normally do and put something up on both YouTube and on Twitter. I know it's not called Twitter anymore, but it's Twitter anyway. Sunday, I think I'm going to be doing Ghost Recon Breakpoint again with Garrick, or Treadstone is his in-game name. So hopefully I'm going to be streaming Thursday night, but again, it's family first, so we'll see. And then Sunday, I think I'm doing Breakpoint again. And then I'm probably going to park Breakpoint for a little bit and just go back to my regular. I had a video mostly recorded with the intention of launching it today, but Golden Bullet didn't launch, so I'm going to be putting this build together in a video for tomorrow. And that's basically my plans for the week. So for all of you, as always, thank you. It's like hanging out with a group of friends with the stream. So I thoroughly enjoy doing it. I hope you guys get something out of it, other than just me speed babbling for 3.5 hours. But very, very enjoyable stream. And with that, it's Agent Meat signing off. Thanks again, everybody. And I hope you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you probably Thursday. Take care.